Excellent, thank you. Well, thank you so much for inviting Allison and I to present and to meet all the great people in your organization. We're really looking forward to this. Um, so I'm coming to you from Chicago. Allison's in Seattle, and one of the things that we've done in the past is we at a similar presentation we put together a video that kind of encompasses our story and kind of shows some of our product with Zinnia. So um, we're going to go with that, and we're going to show you our video, which takes you through what we've done, and then there'll be plenty of time for Q&A, and we really look forward to to hearing some questions on this. But Zinnia is an early stage startup focused on engagement and video relevant to people living with dementia. And so my co-founder Allison is the real kind of crux and spirit behind this, and you'll hear her story in the video. Allison, would you like to just say a quick hello first?
Yeah, I'd say hi. Roll 'em.
Okay. Without further ado.
Hi, I'm Allison Schreier. I'm one of the co-founders of Zinnia TV, and I'm so grateful to you for being here today and allowing me to share our story. Zinnia is intended to help a person feel more connected to who they are now as well as who they were by showing images and videos that are of high interest. Our goal is to create a viewing experience that is engaging and that enhances their quality of life so that their caregiver knows that they are doing the best thing they can to provide an enriching experience. We're Zinnia, and we produce optimized television viewing experiences to improve the lives of people living with mid to late stage dementia and their care partners. Zinnia TV right now is a website where anyone can go to access videos that have been customized to be engaging and provide connection for people who are living with mid to late stage dementia. I thought I would start today by telling you a little bit about our origin story. Where did Zinnia TV come from? I have dementia in my family. My parents divorced when I was in my 20s. They each went on to marry a person who would get dementia in their 80s. My stepdad, Ken, had vascular dementia. My stepmom, Carol, had a dementia that was most likely Alzheimer's disease, though we were never quite sure. Closer to home is my husband. My husband was one of the rare 5% or fewer of people diagnosed with dementia younger than the age of 65. He was in his mid-40s when we received a diagnosis of frontotemporal dementia. And he lived with us here at our home in Issaquah for as long as I was able to take care of him. It was myself and our two children, who at the time were 12 and 15. But there did reach a time when his care needs exceeded my abilities as a care partner. And at that time, my husband moved into a care community. And then he moved into several other care communities. It was a challenge for me to witness how frequently the television was used as a babysitter. I would enter a communal space and see my husband sitting in a semicircle with 3, 4, 5 other people. And on the screen would be whatever channel the TV was set to that day. And I would see residents sleeping. I would see residents getting agitated and walking away. I would see residents kind of looking around, wondering what was going on. And I thought, wow, the television choices that are being made seem fairly arbitrary. And I started wondering whether there was some sort of television programming that was specifically intended for people like my husband, people who could no longer necessarily track a plot, people who had a hard time telling fiction from reality, people who were challenged to process rapidly moving dialogue or images. So I started doing some research. I found a paper that had been published, an academic paper. In this study, the researchers showed a small sample set of people living with dementia, a host of TV shows, things like I Love Lucy and Jerry Springer and somebody making art, and a show that was effectively like screensavers of Venice with music. The conclusion that they drew through this study was that, yeah, regular television viewing is probably not the best, but of the TV shows that they had these folks watch, what seemed to be the most engaging was Venice. Because Venice didn't have a plot, and it didn't have rapidly moving images. There was no dialogue. There was soothing music. And there wasn't anything that would cause one to question whether or not this was really happening. And on my iPhone, there were lots and lots of pictures. And the iPhone came with its own memories program that would allow one to automatically create videos. So using my own phone, I could create little videos that I could show my husband that were montages of images of our kids, or images of our dogs, or images of a particular vacation that I or we had taken. But I wanted more. I wanted to be able to create videos for him about skiing, about mountain biking, whitewater rafting, fine dining, the things that he had really enjoyed when he was a healthy person. But I didn't have pictures of any of those things on my phone. So I began wondering about the possibility of accessing other images. Were there libraries of images that I could grab onto and use those to customize videos that would be enjoyable to my husband and maybe other people living with dementia? I started searching for people who could provide some answers for me. My background is in technology, and I knew plenty of people who had worked for lots of different companies. And because my original inspiration for creating these image-based videos came from using my own iPhone, I thought, gosh, I should look for somebody at Apple, because they already know how to do this. They know how to take images and turn them into videos. And so, speaking with friends who had formerly worked at Apple, I had the incredible good fortune of meeting Frank Lee. Frank had worked on the Memories product. When I told him the problem that I was trying to solve, he knew exactly what I was talking about. He became excited and said, I think we can do this. We were joined by Berenice Freedom and eventually Bill Yanowski. And working together, we put together the bare bones of this concept that came to be called Zinnia TV. As a family care partner, I know all too well how easy it is to rely on television as a mechanism for giving one a break to get something done. I just want to wash my hair. I just want to vacuum the living room. I just want to get the dog walked around the block, and you are not interested in walking with me today, and I need to get outside. So therefore, I'm going to put on a TV show for you. What we are hoping for is that our videos will be engaging enough that a care partner will be able to take those small breaks. And certainly one could string together multiple videos if a longer break was the person living with dementia was engaged enough to stay with the programming. It was around this time that we got to know some folks in Vancouver, British Columbia, who were doing experimentation around the use of iPads in care settings. They were exploring whether or not tablets could be used to encourage people to be more compliant around activities of daily living. If they were to watch a video of their daughter saying, "Mom, you need to take your medications," what they found is that the person receiving care was in fact more willing to do the requested task if they were being asked by somebody who they were familiar with. In our case, we did testing with a gentleman living with frontotemporal dementia. Using a video about Hawaii, because he loved Hawaii, we then inserted messages intended simply to promote well-being. "Hey, how's it going? So good to see you. Love you." As well as video footage of his family requesting that he, for instance, lift his chin, because he is a person who tends to keep his chin down at all times. And what we found is that when his daughter asked him to smile back, he did so. When she asked him to raise his chin, he did so. We then recreated the same video, but instead of using his family, we had strangers saying, "Hey, so good to see you," asking him to smile.
"I heard you have a great smile. Can you smile for me?"
And what we found is that he was just as willing to respond to the requests of strangers as he was to family members. It was this information that drove us to also create caring messages videos, which are messages simply to promote a sense of connection and well-being. "Hey, it's really good to see you. Can you give me a smile?"
We're going to take some deep breaths. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. Great job.
Aloji hakuna madhara.
So we have now created a family of videos that are our care videos. And they are videos that encourage people to get hydrated, take a shower, use the restroom. But we took it a step further and thought about how comforting it is for people living with dementia to simply hear familiar voices, or to hear kind messages, or to see friendly faces that are speaking directly to them. In the video that you are about to see, we are incorporating the concepts of helping somebody with activities of daily living and the care messages concept.
Let's say good night to our friends. It feels so good to wash my hands and my face. It's almost time for bed. Let's brush our teeth. The bed is soft and comfortable and waiting for you to get a beautiful night of sleep.
There are lots of categories of Zinnia TV videos, most of which are about 9 minutes long. Some of the categories include nature or things that people like to do. There is baking, golf, there is skiing, the one I really hoped I could build for my husband. There is one on dogs, cats, horses. There are trivia videos where the video actually pauses and asks a reflective question. The videos are intended to provide both connection and engagement. I, as a care partner, watching the video with my loved one, can pause at any time to have a conversation based on what we were just watching. It's the equivalent of us sitting down together, for instance, with a coffee table book and flipping through the pages and saying, ooh, look at that. I remember when we were in Venice together, or wow, that dog looks a lot like Muffy. So we're looking for opportunities for the care partner and the person living with dementia to have shared experiences that promote connection and discussion. One day, perhaps, we will have a massive library of videos, and at that point, perhaps we will have a subscription service. There will always be free videos, but perhaps a subscription would give one access to all of the videos. First, however, we want to make sure these videos really work. Are they really helping people be more engaged? Are they helping people be more compliant with activities of daily living? Are care partners getting a little bit of a break? Are they finding themselves having improved connection with the people they're supporting? In a long-term care community, are the paid professional caregivers finding that they have a better sense of connection with residents through watching these Zinnia TV videos with them? Right now, we are in a proof of concept phase where we are finding as many people as we can to watch our videos and then complete a brief survey, letting us know how the experience went for them. We're in the process right now of applying for something called a Small Business Innovation Research Grant that would allow us the funding to take Zinnia to the next level. We're very excited that the research partner for our grant proposal is Dr. Carolyn Parsi, who's with the University of Washington in the Memory and Brain Wellness Center, where she is a neuropsychologist. And it's a boon to have her on our team. Where we're going from here is that we've got our website and we are building an app that has all kinds of rich features that allow for customization and personalization of the Zinnia TV experience. We're also putting in place mechanisms for being able to watch our videos on TV instead of on a computer. So we would love to hear from you. We get feedback, and we need to know whether or not people actually like the videos. Do they make a difference? What we're hoping is that you will go to our website, zinniatv.com, and that you'll check out the videos. If you're a family care partner who is supporting a person living with dementia, please share some of our videos with them. Take our survey, which is online, accessible from our website, and let us know what you think. Let us know if there are additional videos that you would like to see. We love experimenting.
Great. So thank you all very much for watching the video and following our presentation. At this point, we would love to hear some questions about what we're doing, and would love to speak with you all further.
Well, I think I saw some chat, Bill, and I think everybody's now so calm they can barely respond right now.
That's not uncommon.
So,
sorry, Jacqueline, I have a question. Is that okay? We're good. I know right now that you are focused on dementia and its various types. Has there been any testing or thoughts about testing with populations that experience other brain disorders such as TBI or well, TBI is the one that comes to mind for the same effects?
Can I pop in there, Bill?
Absolutely.
Okay, and I also want to reiterate thank you so much for watching that. The video was obviously put together over many days, wearing many different outfits and many different moods. So thanks for bearing with us. What we have found is that there are all the time, we're thinking of new opportunities, new organizations, new groups of people who would likely benefit from this. And we're just at the beginning of trying to reach out to people. So for instance, the video that we watched today was actually presented for a conversation about people living with Parkinson's. And I have reached out to friends who have children with disabilities. And so therefore they have they have cognitive challenges, and it really works for them. I've also, one of my friends from high school saw the Facebook link and he watched our videos and he said, I like these so much, does it mean I have dementia? And no, you don't. So I think that just for anybody, I mean, I can sit for hours watching it because I just find it to be incredibly soothing. So I appreciate your comment. And I think that there are really, there's lots of places where Zinnia TV would be applicable.
I just want to tell you guys, I was super touched. I definitely cried for sure. It hits home because my grandmother's sister, so my great aunt, her husband has dementia. And I feel like just hearing third party, not seeing them for so long, and then hearing about the experience through my grandmother, I immediately sent it to her. She's already got it because it just, it makes, yeah, good, touching. I feel like you guys have a lot of good things you can do.
I have a question about how you use this in children. You mentioned some cognitive situations and others. Could you describe a bit more about how you're using it in children, like in autistic children or with serious mental retardation from way little bitty?
Well, I guess it's just to be clear, we're not using it with anybody. At this point, we have our website out there, and we are inviting people to try the website, to try the videos, and let us know how it works for them. So we don't yet have feedback from people saying, for instance, that I shared this with my child who's living with autism, and it really soothed them. Certainly, there is an opportunity for us to reach out to groups and encourage different kinds of users, but that's something that we haven't done yet.
No. I'm wondering about its use in Alaska. We have a very large prevalence of fetal alcohol syndrome, both in children and as they grow into adolescent and adulthood. And they have a lot of problems staying on the street and out of jail and out of homelessness and so forth. I'm just wondering if you can decide on the subjects that would mean something to them. That might be very useful if you could get them together for such a thing.
It really would. Thank you for making that observation. We've found that we can pivot pretty quickly when we have a request to make a particular kind of video. We've kind of got the format down now that we can bang out a video pretty quickly, and we have done that for people. And so it's just a matter of, at this stage, us understanding what people are after. Ultimately, the goal out of the gates was, how cool would it be if we can develop our app, because right now it's just on a website, but if we actually wrote a program, developed an app, so that somebody could say, I would like a video about St. Bernard's, and that we could on the fly generate that video. That's ultimately what we would love to be able to do, but we're not there yet.
Can I say something real quick? Personal observation is watching my absolutely beautiful grandmother, who I absolutely adored, go from singing church songs by heart, just entire songs, and knowing who all the grandchildren are, to a almost, you know, just like, hi, Grammy. Oh, what are you doing in my house? What are you doing in my house? Who are you? And and I just sit there and wait till she sort of came back. And it sort of correlated with Grandpa dying and she not making any good, nutritious meals. And my great aunt, who's her sister-in-law, said when I was a little boy, curious little Patrick, put this in your brain. Don't eat all that junk food coming out on the market. Get yourself a really good can of plain pecans without all that sugar clumped on it. You know, and they had a green grocery business, and there was always fresh fruits and vegetables around. And
Patrick, it is so awesome that you were able to make this meeting. And if you have any follow-up, you can definitely reach out to me and I'll connect you. I just wanted to give time. We don't have very much time left. Pam, did you have a question?
I did, actually. I think this is wonderfully exciting, and I can see us incorporating about the website to the, you know, literally thousands of family caregivers that we interact with across the state of Alaska, providing assistance to loved ones who live with dementia. I would like to know, in what form would be best for us and our families to get in touch with you about feedback as to their use of the product or their use of these videos?
Bill, do you want to talk?
Sure, absolutely. So, you know, we have a couple of contact forms and survey forms on our website, zinniatv.com. But also, you know, through this organization and through meeting you, you know, we'd be open. You know, I would give my email address out for people to reach out, and you know, we love hearing feedback, and we love, like Allison said, you know, to the extent that we can quickly put together things that could be helpful to someone or that could help us learn, you know, how people can use our and get more feedback on different ideas. You know, we're very much responsive to that type of thing. And I know, you know, firsthand, I appreciate everyone sharing stories of being touched by this. You know, speaking to caregivers and their families and about how what we've created has had a positive impact on them is really, really fulfilling. And I think that's what helps our team move forward, because startups are not easy, right? And you have ups and downs, but it's hearing these stories and knowing the good that we could be doing is what really kind of furthers us along. So I guess I would say, you know, send them our way.
Okay, thanks.
And what I can do, I'm quickly trying to get your email into the chat, Bill, but I did put the website in, and certainly Pam, either through me or Kim, you can be directly connected to Bill. So I would like to thank all of you who attended today. It's been a true pleasure. I think that this is a great service to people. Again, you know, families that do work with this personally understand how critical this care is. And so thank you, Allison. I mean, you're kind of the epitome of the entrepreneur who found a problem that nobody was solving, and now you're solving it. It's so awesome. And thank you, Bill, for that wonderful presentation. Thanks, everybody, and do keep Zinnia TV as well as our past presenters in mind when you're thinking of possible contacts. And thank you all very much for attending today. I'll say goodbye for now. Reach out and we'll see you at our next presentation. So thank you.
Great presentation.
Bye, everybody.
I thank you.
Thanks, guys.